Good afternoon, YouTube. It's Mallory George Pitch, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube, folks. Can't believe it. We just got a few more days left of February, and we're gonna be going to the third month of 2025. Won't be long, So the show's coming up, some stuff is coming up, but like I said again, hope everybody's doing well, and let's be okay. So anyway, I have here a lovely lady, and she has competed in the IFBB as a pro bodybuilder. She's from the great country of Canada. Oh, Canada, my home sweet Canada. That's the first part I know. That's not it. It's a pleasure to talk to any lady, especially especially Canadian bodybuilders. I think y'all ladies are amazing, are beautiful. Y'all have that combination of the European and also a bit of us American. So we have here the lovely Miss Amanda Aivaliotis, if I got her name right first time.
Pretty close. That's great.
Yeah. I'm from the South. Sometimes we try to get to work with the words. But now she turned pro back in 2014, made a pro debut in 2015, and we had not seen her since 2017. So we're going to talk to her about what she's up to and get her thoughts, especially on bodybuilding, as it evolved over the past few years since she last competed. So welcome, madam, and thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on the show.
Not a problem. So, what got you started, as I call it, a sport of muscle and masculinity? Please share.
Okay. Well, first of all, I started way back when I was 14 years old, and I just loved the look of bodybuilding and the muscular, the art form more than just build the bulk. And I like empowering people. I like building young women to say, hey, I'm confident being strong, looking strong. And when you start lifting weights, everything comes out. Your personality, you get more emotionally strong, physically, not just the physical part, emotional, intellect, and just be the best you can be.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've competed almost every decade, believe it or not, except I took a 15-year lull, went to the nationals, back in competing the North Americans in 95, 96. Took a 15-year lull, and then came back in my 40s and said, you know what? I should get my pro card, and then decided to go and get my pro card in my 40s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot of ladies who get to bodybuilding, especially young, who find this a very interesting sport. Most people, especially in the everyday person, doesn't know much about bodybuilding. The one thing is everybody think about bodybuilders is steroids and all this and all that, but it's more factors to it. And you started at 14. That's pretty young. I mean, to admire. Who was that? The people you were really admired back then when you were that age.
Oh gosh, we're looking at back then Juliet Bergman, Anya Langer, Corey Everson, Rachel McLeish, Linda Murray. As we went on through the decades, there was different people that really inspired others, and it's just like, but my favorites were always Anya Langer and Juliet Bergman. And we're talking back early.
In age, yeah. Anya had a beautiful physique. She was almost second run up to Corey. I think back was 86, I think it was. And when Judith Bergman, she came back after taking she took almost 15 years, like you, and she came back and won her first Olympia back in 2001. And those amazing women, like I said, the names you dropped are just great. I mean, I got to also talk to some ladies in the legends, like people like Nancy Lewis, Sue Price, a lady I consider a fellow Canadian and a dear friend of mine, Miss Ronnie Charisma. I mean, it's just those women were just great muscle, femininity, everything combined.
Negrita Jade, another one.
Oh yes, I remember her. Yeah.
Yes, rest in peace. But she was phenomenal as well. Beautiful, muscular, and just put everything together when it came to female bodybuilding.
Yeah. I remember she was engaged to the late Gregory Hines, and
That's correct.
he passed away before she passed, and then I'm always aware of my surroundings, if I'm allowed to say. That's my favorite movie, The Dark Knight Begins, and like I said, women's bodybuilding has evolved since you started and since you last competed. Who do you see now that you really get your attention?
You know what? I there's so many different females that come in and out. Like Helly, I adore her personality. I adore her enthusiasm. There's different physiques that come in. But for me, bodybuilding is a very personal thing for me. It's about making me the best that I can be. I always compete against myself, and I look forward to great physiques. But sometimes, like you get the super freaks that are super ripped, and I appreciate that and I commend them. And then you get the ones that have put so much size on. I'm a bit of let's progress with all three: size, physique, and femininity on that stage.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's hard to try to get both of them together with some women. Some women can have that. Like one person I mentioned that's a fan of is Andrea Shaw. She combines that the size, the femininity. You look at people like Hella, as you mentioned, Hella. I mean, amazing woman, been in the game a long time. She is one of the right now competing. Her
Yeah.
and I think Irene Anderson are the only women who has been exclusively women's bodybuilding. Because
Yeah.
you look at now, because I think you were coming in, physique was already around, figure was already around, bikini just started up, and it has changed over the years,
Yes.
especially the women, the look, the size, everything else. It's just like anything. It's just evolution of athletes.
And the thing I like the most is I'll always know women's bodybuilding because it has a straightforward, you got to be muscular, you got to have a good physique, and you got to be really lean. So I will always be a bodybuilder, and I'm looking at competing again this year and coming back. And listen, I'm in my
Whoa.
50s. I'm in past my mid 50s. So why not? And it's to prove to myself, be the best I can be. If I can come in being the best that I've ever been, that is good. And I'm not a big girl off the stage. I produce muscle maturity, which makes it look a lot bigger than on stage than it does off the stage. It's like Phil Heath. He had that muscle maturity. It's that old time bodybuilding, that crispness that they talk about, that certain look of years and years of training. Because I've never stopped training in my life. That's one thing I always will do.
Well, breaking news, folks. Amanda Aivaliotis is announcing she's returning to bodybuilding one more time to compete. And, that's some breaking news. You're not the first. There's plenty of ladies who are 50s, 60s. I know one lady I interviewed before, Melanie Horton. She's like over
Yes.
59. Yeah, I know you probably know Melanie. I mean, she's obviously a good friend. She competed. Her first bodybuilding was in the 90s, and she competed at the Olympia. That it was 99. There's a lady also named Robin Mays, and she's now qualified for her second Master Olympia. That is now getting really popular. The Master is really growing because there's so many competitors who are like yourself, mature, who come in because they love the sport. They love the passion about bodybuilding. Oh, we got people coming in here right now. Shout out to my man KL the Wanderer. He says, "Hey, what's up? Hey, brother, what's up with you? Thank you for coming through." Also, we have Alex, Alex, or what his name says. Amanda is the greatest. Wow.
Thank you.
You got some fans here, Like, guys come here, you just love to get a chance to interact with your ladies when you get opportunities. So, what was that first time like when you competed on stage? Your first feeling of it when you were on there?
My first show was 16 years old. I was very, very shy. And I went on that stage and I just said, okay, I got to perform. So I went up there, and it was funny because I had a few time of people back in the day that you looked up to because they were national competitors, and they helped me with my training. And they said, no, you're too small. You'll never do well on that stage. You're too small. And so I said, what do I have to lose? So I went into the juniors, and I competed, and at 16, and I won my first place trophy. And I was very happy out of 5 girls on stage. And then from there, it just got to be, going. Then I won the Junior Ontarios, the Junior Canadas. And then I took a bit of time, and then I went into the senior division, made it to the North Americans. And then that's when I took the 15-year layoff from competing, but never stopped training.
So, what were we doing in the 15 years?
Just focusing on my business. I have a personal training business. I have a cute little studio in Toronto. I love empowering people, making them feel confident as I'm building them, keeping their insecurities at bay and saying, hey, you know what? You can be powerful and smart and also I train a lot of young athletes, and I love seeing these little minds and progress and take it at an elite level. So I dibble dabble in young athletes, from hockey players to tennis players to skaters to soccer players, you name it.
So you're all trades, huh?
Yep, like to focus that, yes.
Yeah,
and business, you know what? You have to make money. The sport doesn't make you money.
Yeah, that's true. I often talk to competitors like the cost of not just your training, your coaches, your supplements, your travel to the shows, paying your pro fees every year, and if for the women, the expense, like the guys, their expenses are high because they just gotta pay for the supplements, they eat more food. But y'all women, especially when show day, it is more expensive because now you have to hair, makeup, jewelry. Used to be remember back in the day, the pose suits weren't that fancy. Just a basic, nice little suit, and boom. But now you have to have dazzle and the bright lights and everything on these suits now, and that's an expense because that could be your rent, could be a car note, could be a mortgage. The cost of some suits now these days.
Yes, that's right, and that's the thing. But I've been fortunate. I have a great business, great clientele that's been with me for decades, and young players coming through and young athletes. And I just, you know what? I'm very regimented. I have a good family life. I have a great business, everything. So realistically, it's like I'm fortunate in everything. And now bodybuilding is my own personal goal. I always have to have a goal. And I thought to myself, you know what? Why not focus and do another show and try and beat me? Because there's always somebody that's going to be bigger, more gifted, harder, but can you be the best you can be? And that's my biggest challenge.
Yeah. Sometimes you can have genetics and have talent, but hard work can also beat that. I mean,
Exactly.
I've seen some amazing bodybuilders who come along the way and they just worked hard and trained hard. Good examples like the former champion, Mr. Ronnie Coleman's, 8-time champion, and just those men and women over the generations that really came in and put into work, understand the factors. Folks, I'm going to do this for what we have here. This is the video I found. As you know, one of my things, I'm always researching somebody. I always, as I often quote, I want to be aware of my surroundings at all times when I, especially as my master Ra's al Ghul, the Demon's Head, taught me. So we got a video of her. This is after she got her pro card. So we're going to pull it up here in a sec. And there she is. Yay. And we'll get her thoughts and experience. Now she's became IFBB pro. So guess it, folks. And here we go.
IFBB Bikini Pro, and I'm here with Amanda Aivaliotis, who just won the over 35 women's bodybuilding. What's going through your mind right now?
Oh, I'm happy to be a pro. So at the age of 45, I made the pro series, so I'm happy.
Congrats on your pro card and welcome to the IFBB Professional League.
Thank you very much.
Tell me a little bit about your journey to get here today.
I owe it a lot to my husband, Abdul. He's been center point of everything I've done. And it's just, stay steady. Each year I got stronger, bigger, put on more muscle, got a little harder, and it all paid off.
So as a competitor, can you tell me what are some of your strengths and what are your weaknesses?
I'd say my thighs are my strengths and my posing. My weaknesses, we'll let the judges decide and ask them what I can improve on, but I have a list.
So tell me a little bit about your life outside of bodybuilding. What do you do for fun or what do you do for a living?
Okay, we own our own training studio and it's in Toronto, Canada. And we have a great set of clients. a good business. And for fun, we're going away after this. So we're going down to the Dominican, having a little vacation and enjoying life.
So who do you think is going to take the Miss Bodybuilding Olympia title this year?
Well, I have a few favorites, but I do have a funny feeling Iris will take it again.
Okay. Can you tell me who inspires you?
I'm an oldie and goldie, so there's a lot of olden bodybuilders like Juliet Bergman, Anya Langer. We're talking, Corey Everson. So we're talking back in the day. Now this proves my age. But the ladies up here, they're very inspiring as well. But I always stuck to the oldie goldies. I love the olden time bodybuilders.
What got you into bodybuilding to begin with?
I love the look of muscle. It's all about bodybuilding. Whether you want to become a bikini, a figure, you have to pump up some weights and you can shape your body the way you want to. This is your art. This is the form that we want to put the plaster on, and we create what we want. And that's the beauty behind bodybuilding. And, there is no limitations. And that's what I love about it.
That's very well said. Is there anything that you'd like to tell our viewers out here tonight? Any words of wisdom?
Yes, go with whatever you want. If you focus hard enough, you will attain it.
And is there anybody else you'd like to thank tonight?
Just like, once again, my husband, Abdul. He's my coach. He's my life. He's my best friend.
This is Ashley Callwasser signing off for NPCNewsOnline.com.
That's well spoken, madam. Well, because it's just amazing what work you ladies put yourself through. The training, the regiment, the dieting, everything that's involved with being a bodybuilder. Most people can't do what y'all do, and that is to get up in the morning, to stick to a diet, and to be consistent and to be disciplined. Because this is a sport that's what it takes. It's just not as easy as it's like most people think like I just pop some pills and then I take a steroids and I'll be like, oh no, but no, if you don't follow a plan and work out a trade, whatever professionals, pros, amateurs take, it's not going to be the same if you don't follow the plan. Hello? What, can you hear you? I think you wait a minute. Check your see if you mute sound. What happened? Hello? I don't know. Give me a second. Let me, what's going on here? Folks, I got a little technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. Let me check something. Can you hear me now? What's going on? Not muted. Hello? Wait, do yourself, go in and out. Wait a minute, let me see the private messages. Give a second, folks, See if she sees it. Go out. Take yourself out and come back in. Yeah, go out and come back in. Because I don't know what it is. Is it your headphones or mine? Give me a second. Wait a minute. I'm going to see your message on my phone. God, my phone's. I sent you a message. Should you see it? See, folks, I don't know what's going on here. Wait a minute. Can you hear me? What's going on? Wait a minute. Out and in. Just take yourself out and come back in. Yeah, just get yourself out and come back in. I don't know what's going on here, folks. Let me see if I can send a message. Wait a minute. Maybe it's on my end. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Let's see. All right. Wait a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, can you hear me now? Something happened. I don't know what the heck happened. Do you get you? You have to get out. You just like come back in, like turn yourself off. Okay, all right. That's what we're gonna do. Give it a moment, folks. And it might be some kind of connection, or I don't know. My computer's acting up. I've been thinking about. I think it's something on her end. I don't know. It could be that she has some kind of issue. But y'all can hear me, but you can't hear her. Yeah, I don't hear her. Yeah, you don't hear her. He said, I hear you, George. I know, brother, but I don't know what's, just give her a minute and she'll see if she comes back in. It might be something, I don't know if it's on my end or hers, because sometimes I might not take my trip to Atlanta. I might just go ahead and put that into a new computer. Like I said, this is a computer my sister gave me. She had it for a while. I've been using it for a while. My other computer, well, it started acting up on me. I don't know. Let's give her a few minutes, folks. So we let her come back in. Let's see. Let me check my phone. I'll put myself here, folks, so you don't have to worry about looking at me.
Me?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you.
Yeah, something must have happened because I could say they can hear me, but they don't know what it was. It might have been some
You're
kind of
cutting in
connection
and
issue.
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so with my computer. Yeah. I don't,
Okay.
are you on a computer or are you on a phone?
I'm on an iPad.
That could be it. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how. Sometimes if it's doing good right here now, but I think sometimes the issue also with me because I need a new computer. But it could be also
I
that.
think it's all
But
the snow in Canada.
oh yeah, that too. We had rain in North Carolina. We had snow since I think it was about the end of January, 1st of February. It didn't last for no more than a part of a day. By the time the sun came up, it already melted.
Oh, you're lucky. We just keep having it and it doesn't go away.
See, that's the thing with us. We act crazy. Like here, this is like my other guys say. Yeah, it's like this. Sometimes, anything else when it snows, it can be like barely 5 feet, and no one said, half an inch. Everybody go crazy. It's true. But getting back to, we got here some comments here.
Oh, thank you.
And this is from my man Curtis L. Jr. Curtis says, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm actually meeting you, Amanda. You have a great body. I've seen you, magnificent goddess, a queen who claimed back, and you look very good in tan. Oh.
I'm looking tan. Well, it's my Greek way. It's not a tan. It's my Greek skin.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, hey, we always are like all tan up. What crimes is that? I am a must personal. We get excited. These guys are here excited because they get to see you, especially a legend like yourself. Here is from Tony97. Shout out to Tony. Appreciate you, brother. He says, hi there, Amanda. You look gorgeous. Have you ever thought of doing a calendar?
Calendar, wow.
Some modeling and stuff like that. Yeah, because you done some modeling as you were, who I know I've seen stuff from Wings of Strength, and who else did you work with when you were doing some modeling?
Honestly, it was just photo shoots for different people that wanted to put me up there, and it was just basically bodybuilding photo shoots. I've never really modeled. I've just done my own thing. So Wings of Strength, great company. Yeah. They do a great photo shoots. I like their photo shoots too because it's more natural.
Yeah, Wings of Strength. That is ran by Jake Wood. Excuse me, every time I say his name, I got to do this. Yo, Jake! I want that really good. I did for training day. But yeah, he was the guy who, I would say, single-handedly saved women's bodybuilding.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, back in 2014, and after 2014, when they kicked it out of the Olympia, when 2013, year before, they kicked it out of the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, promoters wouldn't carry much anymore. And I know it was hard because you were bringing physique. Were you ever considering doing physique at that time when you turned pro, or you just want to stick strictly to women's bodybuilding?
When I actually, the very first show that I came back in at the North Americans, there was a few people that said to me, why don't you do the physique division? Because it was very new. And I basically said, listen, I've always been a female bodybuilder. And like I even said in my interview, everything comes from building the body. You gotta train heavy weights, and that's all I know. I want to pose the way we used to pose, and it's great that they're putting on all these different divisions, but for me personally, I will always be a female bodybuilder, and I don't want to go to women's physique, wellness, or anything like that. It's all about bodybuilding. And besides, who else does the crab except for female bodybuilders? Right? Like,
that is
just crap.
Oh! Wait, well, go back. You might want to go back a little bit because you might want to push it back a little bit because you did it for you folks to go back a little bit so we get a good view. Yeah. There it goes. Oh my God! Oh God! Oh God!
Now, who else is going to do that? Who else?
Most of the physique players really do it, but it's just like one person watching, back in the day, she did it, really changed the flow of women's bodybuilding was Betty Parisa when she was doing it.
Yes.
That was wild. I mean, I think somebody told me because at that point when she was competing, she wasn't doing so well places well, but when she started doing it and doing her shows and when her opposing, it's just, and one person who she does it because she's so huge is Alicia Young. I mean, she does it. And I mean, it's just wow. I mean, guys love that. The crab pose, most muscular. The guys do it, but when women do it, it's just something about it. Just we go hog wild. Here we got a comment from a man, KL. Shout out to KL the Wanderer.
What's my height? I'm 5 feet 3.5 inches. 5 feet 3.5 inches.
Member and she could put on muscle. I think if I look at her, I think Alicia's like 5'3". Right now, the shortest woman in bodybuilding is Michaela Aycock. She's just 4'11", close to 5 feet. Right now, Michaela's going through stuff right now. I hope she's doing well, whatever she's going to do in her future.
Yes. There's a lot of us shorties out there, and then there's the real tall ones. But you know what? And I always weigh more than people think I weigh. So right now I'm about 165 pounds.
So you're prepping, and you're prepping for. Hello?
I'm going to go to Europe and do Spain.
Oh, the Imperial.
So in Spain, there's a pro
The
show on
Imperial.
June 15th.
Yeah, the Imperial.
Yeah. So I
doing
want to give
Oh,
Europe
right.
a chance to
Spain,
go down there. Yeah. And you know what? Take a little holiday, cruise some, see Spain. I've always wanted to go to Spain. I've been to Greece because obviously I have family there. And who knows from there? And hey, knock on wood, if I do really well, I'd like to do the Masters Olympia.
With the Master Olympia, this is the thing with this one. You have to do 40 plus to qualify.
That's easy. I'm qualified
put
there.
an invitation to get invited.
Or I think it's also, yes.
Good. You get your, that's great.
Yeah, I'll put my resume in, and if they like me.
Yeah. And there's also I think the Toronto Pro does 040, so that could be an option if you want to answer that way. That's a back way. Here we got a comment from man here. Shout out to Devers Adam. He says, "Big muscles, I like it. You are beautiful."
Thank you, Devin.
I tell you, Amanda, when you get girls like you here, ladies like here, and you show your muscles and flexors, these guys go crazy. So, as you mentioned, your husband, yeah, you mentioned your husband. Y'all still working together? Y'all still training and still working your business?
Oh yeah, definitely. He's a big supporter. He's in bodybuilding too, and he's always loved the sport. So he's my biggest fan. And we have a full life because we've got a couple of grandkids that one's 13 now, they're not so young, and the other one's 11. And I also want to prove to them you're never too old, or if hard work gets you everywhere.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, great that you got your grandbabies. And how many kids you have?
Actually, through marriage, he has a son, so it's like he's my stepson, and that's where the grandbabies came.
Oh, so yeah. I know you grandma and grandpa working out, getting pumped. I mean,
yes.
They go to school. Yeah, they go to school and you say, my grandma and grandpa could beat your grandma and grandpa. And you say, where's your grandma and grandpa? You see your grandma, coming down the stairs and coming and say, yeah, you win. Yeah.
Well, I gotta tell you, it's interesting with their reactions. Matthias and Masai, and they are the cutest, two grandkids anybody could have. But and you know what? I let them be. I don't force them to lift weights or anything like that. But if they want to get better in certain sports, one loves soccer, other one likes all kinds of vehicles and ATVs and all that kind of stuff. But they're just, what? It's a full life. It's good.
It's good to live your life.
Because some people with bodybuilding, that's all they focus on. I like the whole roundness of it. The business, bodybuilding, and the family.
Yeah, that's good that you have support your family, your grandkids, your husband, friends. Because I've talked to ladies that tell me they don't understand it especially when you come from like a Greek background. It's very masculine, very traditional, European. I interviewed a young lady; she's also a Greek background, and I think sometimes when we get to a sport like bodybuilding, and people have their opinions of it, you'll have the everyday person might say, why you want to be muscular? Why you want to have muscles look like a man? And then you have the guys like here who say, wow, we love y'all ladies. Y'all pumped, y'all get y'all excited. But you do this sport for yourself because you enjoy doing it and you enjoy building your body and finding your passion.
That's right. Building it, finding the passion. There's nothing better than just going into my studio, putting the music on, and just being in my own little world, training intensely. And there's that feeling of accomplishment. That's the biggest way. It's an accomplishment which it's like, wow, I'm dead, I'm tired, it's painful, but I did it. And it's very motivating. And then also it's motivating to other people around, because it's like, you know, most of my clientele is now getting younger than me. And they're looking at somebody that's in their 50s that can run around and do stuff. And I will take my grandkids and I'll say, okay, let's go race around the track. And if I can beat you, I'm going to give you a shirt that my grandma beat you in a race. So it's a great feeling to have, to be powerful, to be not vulnerable, and age accordingly, and just be strong as a female, especially.
Yeah, I gotta give you that, because you know what, the everyday standard of what people think what especially a woman should be. You should be soft and humble and feminine, yada yada yada. Men, we're supposed to be, as I like this. My belief is like the purpose of men's life is to battle, breed, die, build. That's about it. And then because you have to evolve with it. You know, you're developing your body, you're working hard, you're finding something as a purpose. And you know, instead of getting, this is a sport with not a lot of you know, I would say enough validation, recognition. You got to cost of travel and shows, and you know, everything else is involved in it. While the guys on the men's end that wear, you know, you really have to love this, because the top level of the sport, like the rest are just most just because they just enjoy competing.
Yes. And there is a lot of people that just do it to compete instead of becoming a lifestyle. Um, but as a female, I always believed you can be very feminine with a very muscular physique. It's the way you walk, it's the way you present yourself. Because, you know, sometimes I see female bodybuilders and they're just trying to, you know, over exaggerate and walk. And it's like, I love putting my heels on. I love putting my dresses on, and I love being 100% woman. But there's a lot of women with more muscle, and I love the empowerment of it. I love, you know, seeing young girls and looking at me and going, like, and then their eyes, you know, are bright, and it's like, wow, mommy, she's a strong female, and it's like, yeah, you can grow up and you can be a strong female, and not just look wise, everything. And that's why I love presenting this as well, because it's not something that you need to prove or you have to talk to people. You show it with your physique. And men appreciate it. Like it's come around. It's come around. Back in the 80s with muscle, oh yeah, no. I used to get a lot of negative comments, especially more in Canada. In the US, it was a little bit more like, wow, you look great, this and that. But in Canada, it was the men were like, you're trying to be a guy. But nowadays, it's they start respecting it because now they're seeing it in different ways, and it's more streamlined.
Yeah, because I think I talked to Lisa that the guys at bodybuilding, it empowered them, especially if they had a, you know, me quite a few ladies had athletic background, you know, track, you know, whatever sport you used to play. Some got into after they had their kids and put on weight, and they feel like they want something to help them out, you know. And then they just found the sport by accident, and others going through some mental issues, be it physical abuse, drug abuse, whatever, and bodybuilding something that helped them out. Like I'm gonna pull this picture, folks. This is like I would say it's amazing ladies in this picture, counting Amanda. We have here is the first mom Miss Olympia, Yaxina Akeem. Right here we have Michelle Brent. We have here also Angela Rayburn, and down here we have Isabel Terrell. I actually saw Isabel back in 2022 when she competed in her last competition. That was Savannah Pro, and just amazing circle of women there. You know, when I think it was the that Chicago or was that Tampa? I'm trying to remember which year was that.
I believe that was Tampa. Nope, Chicago. It was Chicago.
Yeah. And Xavier King, being the woman to beat Iris Kyle back in 2004. She has the honor to beat the 10-time champ. But those are amazing ladies. I remember back in the day, folks. While we have men here, we're going to jump into her social media. If you want to follow her, her links are in the description of this live stream. You want to interested in interacting, maybe talking over about the sport, or even maybe working with her if you are also, she does traveling training. So if you want to maybe work with a trainer, reach out. But with genuine interest, and guys, no weird stuff. Behave yourself. No guys making comments about she's trying to be a man, and no guys sending strange pics. Come on, guys. It's a nice lady. Somebody's grandma. So and I know these guys, that's all they want to see. They want to see the pictures and the flexing. But especially for a woman, like do post. We never fall bodybuilder. Like we like people. What was your like?
Oh yes.
After
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Oh. What was for judging?
You're cutting off. Something about the judges. When was my last show? I was supposed to actually compete in Puerto Rico, and what happened was my connecting flight did not go. So I basically had to come back, and I made it to Philadelphia. And by the time I got the connecting flight, it would have been during pre-judging. So I had to bow out. And then I was going to compete another couple years later, but then COVID hit. So then that was a different case scenario. And then I got caught up in other things. But with judging, it's like, the judges will always choose who they want to choose. And, there's women that are, again, better gifted and more muscular and stuff like that. But to me, it's like, be the best that I can be and continue on.
Well, I mean, they have more.
Sorry, George, you're cutting in and out again.
Give me a second. I should be cutting back in. It's something like
Oh. Hello? See, now we're cutting in and out. Can you hear me?
Apologize. Just like I said, like this again. When you after your last competition, I'm saying you had the opportunity to do Puerto Rico Pro. Then COVID hit, and then there was so much stuff going on. Why now you want to come back?
Why now? I guess you know what? I just it's about me. It's about being the best I can be. Let's see what I can put on the stage.
That's respectable.
And it's a good challenge. I like challenges.
Yeah,
I put some size back on. And, I've got till June, and we'll see. Just come in as hard as I can and see where the cards lay. But I have to beat me.
All right. Because really, from my learning, it's not about who's on stage you're up against. It's you versus you. You're your own opponent. Yeah, you look at that person in the mirror, and you have to work on everything. Like, what's the thing you feel like you need to work on the most? Because I know from your video, you said that your legs look great, but what's the thing you have to really work on?
Actually, I had to rebuild a bit of my quads because I got a bit of an injury. I tore my abs a few years ago, last year. So just bringing them a bit better. Triceps a little bit more. Back is always great, not a big deal. And that's about it. So just rebuilding my quads a bit more, and taking it from there. Other than that, just get as hard as I can and get on that stage and come up with a different routine, something nobody has seen before.
Yeah. Who you working with your posing this time? Who you working with a posing coach?
Do I work with anybody with my posing?
Yeah.
No. I've always done, I've created routines for other people, but I've always just done my own posing. I love the music. I love the dramatics and the ups and downs. And I love dramatical posing. I kind of go back to the basics. It's not about, it's about, the big bangs, some good solid posing, not really wiggling your butt or anything like that. Just some good hardcore posing.
In your mind, who's a pretty good poser? Yeah. In your mind, who's a pretty good poser back in the day, in your opinion?
Oh, I would say there was some really good, like Bob Paris. I'm going
Bob,
oldie goldies here.
Yeah, because Bob, he worked with Juliet Bergman, Laura Creval, and Mix Paris, back in the day.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
You know what? It's funny because me and my brother used to guest pose together back in the day. And my brother did Nimrod King's posing routine. I don't know if you ever remember Nimrod King.
Yeah.
And we both, we've created a lot of stuff to different kinds of music. So we had our own little ways of doing things. Like we guest posed in Canada a couple times too, and we recreated like Phantom of the Opera or Samson and Delilah's story or things like that. So when it came to posing, I would almost look at dancers that I would see what they liked, like different kinds of dancing moves, and then create my own with bodybuilding compulsories.
I know that's pretty good. You do it yourself. That's I got to commend you on that, because most people work with a posing coach. They maybe work on the nicks and things they have to fix. Some people say that's their problem, is their posing. They can come in great condition, but then the posing is something that is off. Like one person, I think you might remember, somebody mentioned to me, is Diane Dennis. She was a pretty good poser. She had good skills.
Yes, she was.
Yeah. Another lady, Yolanda Hughes, she's pretty good. A lady who I follow back in the day, Sheila Bleck. One lady who I know, I would say she's a friend of mine, Janine Mikowski. She's a pretty good poser. I mean, and it's just, you have to, like, that's why some ladies say, like, I talk to ladies who do like figure and say, like, you know what, they got tired of high heels, they wanted to pose, so they kicked them off. That's why I jumped to physique or women's bodybuilding.
Yeah, and that creative part of the posing, that freestyle posing that you want to get into, I like that too. Like that's my thing. And honestly, I enjoy the journey more than I enjoy the stage. I enjoy getting into that condition, getting harder, waking up, looking leaner, the discipline behind it, the grueling workouts. So it's kind of, you almost enjoy the journey more than you do that. Being on stage is a little nerve-wracking. And once you're out there, you pose your heart off. But other than that, I just enjoy the journey more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing is, when we go to the shows, us the fans, we go to the shows, we see these men and women up there in these great conditions, y'all fast, y'all shredded, y'all tan, y'all sparkly and shiny. We see that, but we don't know what it took you to get there. The dehydration, the tiredness, being angry, just trying to will yourself to push your body to a certain level that most people wouldn't want to do themselves. And that's what we see. Like us guys who are, as I say, my crime is I'm a muscle person again. And we see these pump beautiful, muscular women, but don't understand what it took for you to get there.
And that's the thing, like a lot of people don't know it, but I'm trying to install it into my younger athletes. Like, if you want to be the 1%, do you want to be the 1%? Because they want that Division I scholarship. They want that NHL pro card. They want this. Can you be the 1%? Because bodybuilders that go and compete, you have to go through that grueling time. The one thing I will say that age has its advantages of over competing when I was younger to competing when I'm older is the patient level. Like, you're more patient. You say, yes, I expect the hunger, and you go with it. So you don't get as angry because you're hungry. You don't get angry because you feel like you're missing out on anything. It's like, you decided to do it. This is your game. So you do what you have to do. And that's one thing I like that age has given me, is that maturity level to do the grueling workouts. If you want to be there, you know what kind of work it's going to take. So get moving, do your thing. When you're younger, you know, your friends might be going out. You're thinking, oh, I can't go out with them. I got to be in these four walls. I got to go to bed early. I got to do my workout. I got to train harder. Like, why is she eating that ice cream? Like, I want that ice cream. She shouldn't have it. I'm leaner than her. But as you're older, it's like, it's your game. You decide to do this. You want to be that 1%er. That's what you have to do. You have to motivate yourself. You have to go that extra height, extra limit. You know, once you climb that top of the mountain, find a higher mountain. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. We have a comment. Miss Stefan Price, welcome, Stefan. He says, she looks beautiful. Awesome.
Thank you, Stefan.
brother. We appreciate that. Yeah, because, yeah, it's just, there's a lot of work to this, you know, and those people who are not willing to make those sacrifices. Like I said, I know ladies tell me that their friendships change because they can't go to the club or can't go here. Like, if you are someone with a family, you have kids, and you cook and prep for yourself and your family, you know, your kids be eating, you know, chicken nuggets and mac and cheese and drinking, you know, fruit punch while you're eating rice with turkey and asparagus and water, you know. And I think food is the important part of growing. You know, it's the thing that helps you in the process. Like, and I know, you know, when you're dieting, you're training, what's those like especially after your last competition, what did you and, you know, Abdul do? Where y'all go? Because I know you went to vacation on the Dominican Republic. What did y'all eat while you were there? Share with me. Tell me, Amanda. Tell me your scene.
Well, afterwards, even after the show, I like a lot of little things. So I will get like 5 or 6 different appetizers, you know, and have a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this. And then I call it false advertisement, because then you go to all you can eat buffets, and I'll come back with plates and plates, because I can mow it down. And then I'll be like, and they'll be looking at me going, how does she have a 6-pack and eat that much? And I'll be like, yeah, false advertisement, because this isn't what it really did. And then by about the 3rd or 4th day of eating like that, you're like, I don't want pictures, because it's like, I'm too fat right now and bloated. But I eat a lot of like different things. I love, you know, my steaks and my potatoes and you know, my sweets. But you know what? Even when I'm dieting, I love watching cooking shows.
Ooh.
I love baking and making stuff, and I love other people eating in front of me, because it just satisfies me. So I don't mind that. I actually enjoy it. Like, if I can't have it, tell me what it tastes like. I've been to weddings where, you know, I had to sneak in the baked potato and the chicken breast, and I'd be like, and people would say, oh, I feel so bad for you. And I'd be like, no, if I were you, I'd be going for the extra lamb chop. Like, that looks good.
Yeah, I've talked. This one lady I've interviewed, her name is Christine Ware, and she says she loves baking for it because she has a husband and a daughter. She loves baking for it. She make them eat. You know, she make cookies and pies, and she make them eat. She's just I would say a savage when it comes to watching her family eat. And yeah, you know, I know that's a tough part, going to a wedding, or, you know, it won't be long for it's you know, the summer holidays, like, you know, 4th of July. Well, we have some 4th of July. Y'all have y'all Canada Day. and and
Yeah.
everybody's having barbecues, and and yeah, food. A lot of bodybuilders are foodies. I mean, I can tell you, I used to be about 500 pounds, and then I decided to take a step back because at that time I was taking care of my mom, and food was something that was a comfort. Especially we going through somebody who's sick and they're going through hardships. But then when I started doing content, because I've been a fan of bodybuilding for a long time, I've been a fan for practically 40 years, and doing this content about you, I get to know stuff, and really I use that stuff that I learned from y'all to in my process to lose weight. I'm not perfect. I have to have some setbacks. I love sweet. I got to be careful. I'm pre-diabetic because my mother and my sisters company are diabetic, and sweet is just that. It's just that thing. Like it's like crack. You get it. Like today, I went out. I got to do a little shopping, and I pick up this box. It's like a 10 box of. It was a box of 10 donut sticks in it. I already ate 2 this afternoon before I interview. But the other thing is, if you eat the right foods, it's those stuff that help you in your process. Like people say, we see the abs, but you're eating the Chinese buffet. But the fact is, it's fuel to build that muscle, and it don't last long once you put it in your stomach.
That's right. Correct. Hey, I was a big sweet eater too. When I was a young kid, I used to get like 2 boxes of butter tarts. My mom used to buy 2 boxes of butter tarts, and I'd sit there and I'd sneak in the butter tarts because I didn't want to see her, seeing me eat them. And I would eat like the whole top row. There was 10 in each box, and I'd be like, "Uh-oh, she'll know it's me." So then I'd sneak the rest of the box. I'd eat it. I'd hide the box outside somewhere in the garbage, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I thought I bought 2 boxes of butter tarts." I'm like, "No, Mom, you only bought 1." Poor lady thought she was going crazy because I would always eat those boxes of butter tarts. Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
and it's funny because even my husband says, "I don't know where you put it because I can eat a lot of food." Now I stay cleaner as you get older. You're not completely going nuts on all the stuff, but hey, listen, I can take a Nutella jar with a spoon, eat that. I'm a cookie monster. I love my sweets too, but now I just go, okay, I'll have it one day a week, not every day.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's about how much you eat. It's about also having self control, especially when it comes to food. I know some ladies who have issues with food, like being bulimic, anorexic, but they know they need the food as a process, and you should enjoy it. If not, like have a cheat meal, refeed, because you cannot you just cannot simply deny your body the joy of a taste of a good piece of meat or a good something sweet. I mean, we talk too much about food, but hey, I love food. But it's part
Me
of the
too.
process, the right foods you eat, so now you're planning on, you know, try to compete one more time, hit the show, hit the stage, maybe try to qualify for the Olympia. What's the plan? What things that you need to work on the most so you can come in your best shape?
Um, just right now, I have to learn to rest a little more. So I pump hard. The problem is I'm a busy trainer. I tend to work 7 days a week. I'm on my feet probably 8 to 10 hours a day easy. So I have to really like push myself to slow down, get the rest on top of, train intense, that kind of thing. Um, Secondly, just you know what? Stay focused and just work it hard. Like you have that hour of training with the weights, put full force into that hour. And then the rest, you can do your business, you can do whatever you've got to do. But just, you know what, stay high intensity and keep yourself focused. And that's basically, and then I'm just going to try and get as lean as I can and be consistent.
That's
Consistency is
important.
key.
Consistency, discipline is important. Motivation can change
Yes.
from one day to the next, and consistency is key to that. And being disciplined, like in the gym. Like, what's your favorite workout? And what's that one you say, "Damn, I know what to
Oh,
do today"?
my favorite workout? Probably
Yeah.
shoulders. Love shoulders. And that's because I never had shoulders. Now it's getting to hamstrings because I want to bring on hamstrings. So Everything that's like a body part, I love to try and do. It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Yeah, because you want to be the complete athlete. You want to improve on your strengths and work on your weaknesses. Bring in great conditioning, like you said,
Yeah.
like this. The sport has evolved in the last few years. If you look at now, how you look at the women in the figure division where they look like physique competitors. You look at the women in physique competitors who look like women's bodybuilder. It's just during the interview, you were talking to the lady that they used the blueprint for the upcoming fit model division. That's supposed to be a very, for everybody, more inclusive division. But when I talk with people, it says this is bodybuilding. It's not for everybody.
No, no. And it's not for everybody. And that's the great part about it. There was a guy that said it. He said, not everybody can compete. And that's fine. But you have to learn how to push yourself to a different limit. And I love that. I love pushing myself to a different point. You have to be a little crazy to be an elite. And I like having that little crazy. And not everybody has it. And that's great. Build your body. Leave it for day to day.
Talk about crazy. Everybody's a little crazy. I think you're crazy. I'm just a dog chasing cars. I don't know what to do when I get one. So But yeah, you have to have the passion. You have to be determined, disciplined, and yes, you have to be nuts to get up in early in the morning, to train, to work out, to do cardio, to follow a strict diet, to miss out the things like I know sometimes you and your husband like to go out every now and then. You can't always go out every now and then because you have to rest. You got your job, you got your career, you got your work. There's so much to the sport. And when I talk to you ladies, and I do interviews with you, like someone like yourself who's been in the game for a long time, and I really get some knowledge. And I think that's one thing people need to sit back and learn about what it is. Not just the fact is that you're also a wife, step grandma, a businesswoman. You have a passion and you still want to compete. Because I mean, some of these who stepped away, they moved on with their lives, but then every now and then you get people like yourself who say, you know what, it's like that, like Rocky Balboa. You want to get in that ring one more time. It's not about how hard you can hit, it's how hard you can take the hits and keep moving forward.
Yep. When you go down, you come back up. It's how many times you get up. And it is so true. And I love that because it's a good motivator for everybody to see that. Everybody around me, for the grandkids, right down to, the people I work with and fans and stuff like that. It's like you're never too old and you can do anything you put your mind to if you really want it.
You got to really want it because it's not that easy. So one thing I ask you ladies, like especially as you know the cost of training, you have any sponsors or everything's on your shoulders?
Everything's on my shoulders. I don't have sponsors, but that's okay. I'm self-sufficient and work hard.
Well, it'd be good if people would help you ladies out with sponsorship. Because sponsorship is good. It helps the cost of everything else. And then you can focus on your training and your everything else that's involved in it. So when it covers the cost of your suits, your travel expenses. But just think about it, man. You gotta be careful. There's guys out there that says, "Hey, Amanda, yeah, puffed up little shorty. I know. I don't. No. We don't do that, guys. We don't do that here. No, this is somebody's grandma, wife. This is a respectful lady. This is what I would like to see do." And and those ladies told me that they used to get sponsored back today, but now things have changed. I would say, Miss Aivaliotis, we are very interested about your passion about the sport, your history, everything about you. We are a company, and we like to help athletes find your footing. So if you are someone interested in sponsorship, working with us, and we work with you, we help you in your process. We want to see you grow as an athlete, achieve what you want out of this sport. So if you feel comfortable and you like the product that we have provided for you and you want to become a brand ambassador, let us know. We'll set everything up for you in your future. So is that something you might be interested in, madam?
Sure, definitely.
Yeah, okay. We'll get a contract and we CT and we get everything out and put the flag up and everything. But but like I said, it's hard because society have their opinion, especially about women and muscle. And it's hard to change society. We talk about it's like your podcast about every Monday. We talk about things about, especially about overall, especially about women's bodybuilding because like I said again, and I respect what y'all ladies do. And I find it's just, I think you deserve a lot of recognition. You don't have to thank me. This is why I do this, because y'all ladies deserve a voice. Not enough people talk about you ladies. Everybody wants to talk up to the, like this division or that division, the banana head boys and the boy shorts, the TNA divisions, but if it wasn't for women's bodybuilding, those divisions, especially since women's division make up most of the percentage of the IFBB and Indian PC and other organizations, y'all the ones who started it all. If it wasn't for the Carla Dunlaps, it wasn't for the Rachel McGlash, it wasn't for Corey Everson. Yeah. It wasn't for them. It wouldn't be the Sarah Vilgats, the Andrea Shaws, the Sid Gillens, the Christina Mendoza's, the Jessica Reyes Padillas, all the other women that are in the sport. It wasn't for this division, nobody else would have existed, But this is why I want to give y'all. Yeah, there's only so few of us that does content like this. It's like myself. There's my man KL, he does it. Also, this guy, his name is David Bryan from Female Body Forum. There's the Female Bodybuilding channel. Clio, hardcore female bodybuilding. And also, there was Vivi on the spot, but I think he's moving on for something else. But we enjoy talking about your ladies. And yes, we have our fantasies and stuff. But if it wasn't for us having those fantasies, being fans, and just showing our passion for women bodybuilding and just female bodybuilding in general, no one gets to have known someone like you or get the opportunity to see, because that's why these guys come here and when they see especially someone they're a fan of, especially a classic female bodybuilder, just amazing lady, weighted physique, a great personality, they get excited. That's why I do lives, because I could do pre-recorded so we wouldn't have so mistakes we can correct, but I like to do lives because these guys like to talk to me and reach out and interact and just to hear, like, my man Curtis, he was so excited when he saw you, or Davis, and even Tony. It's just excitement when we get to talk to ladies like yourself. Like I've seen the magazines and seen on TV, and used back in the day, bodybuilding used to be on television, but now, and throwing darts.
Thank you. That's quite the compliment.
Well, like I said again, my quote from my favorite movie, Batman Begins, you never have to thank me, because like I said, that's why I like doing this, because I get perspective for what it takes to be someone in the sport. I can never be a woman. I can never stand what y'all do, but I get to learn something. I reach out to someone like yourself and other ladies, and really just maybe I'm fanboying out a little bit, but it's just something I like doing. It gives me a purpose.
Excellent. I'm glad you have that purpose, George. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Well, folks, we're not going to hold her too long because, I know she's a busy lady. She got training. She's shooting for the June for the Imperial in Spain.
Yes.
It's one of the few shows outside of the country that has women's bodybuilding in the lineup. As there was supposed to be a show in Texas. They got dropped. The still Toronto Pro. There's Vancouver Isle show. Triple O Dynasty that's being promoted by this is why I love doing this. A friend of mine got me this issue of Muscle Development, which was a very popular bodybuilding magazine out of Canada.
Yeah.
And this issue, the last issue with Andrea Shaw. My friend Eunice, she runs some country bad rap, and Eunice, she was at the Olympic back in 2023, and this really motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing. When the champ takes time and she signs this, and she tells she loves Westport. This is what motivates me. There'll be days where I say, well, I should give a damn, don't want to give the damn, but when someone like Andrea Shaw, the 5-time military champion, the 4-time Rise Phoenix champion, she'll be 5-time, but whatever. But to support me and tell her she loves and appreciates what I do, that really motivates me, keeps me going.
Yes, I agree with her. That's great that you're promoting us. And again, we as females, thank you, because we need that exposure, and it is hard work, but we enjoy doing it, and we enjoy showing our bodies for it. And
What would
before
you
I
look
go,
at?
I'm going to give you one last crab pose.
Okay,
Should I
okay.
give
Back
you
up a
one
little bit
last
so we
crab?
want to give you, yeah, one more if you want. If you want to, yes. Back up a little bit so we get a good view, folks, guys. We get a good view, get a good view. So, guys, calm down, guys. She's going to do one more crab pose. Okay, we're ready. Yeah. Thank you. Ooh, wow. It's just beautiful pose. So, guys, calm down. Put away tissue lotion. You're good now. All right. She offered, guys. I have to ask. She offered because the guys be in here say, George, ask the good poses. They get it for what it's guys y'all pose every day. You got to practice posing. I don't like to ask y'all because I know it can be a strain on you. But when you voluntarily do this for me, I really appreciate it. That's what I when you ask and you want to do it, I really appreciate it. I know one lady, she's also from Canada, Mary Q. Lieberman. She did a little posing clinic on live one time. The guys would call wow because she's a little cute shorty thing, and she's a great physique.
Yeah.
So we're not going to take more too longer. This is one question I ask you. What would you want for yourself out of bodybuilding as a whole?
I've already attained everything I've wanted to. I got my pro card. I made it in the top 16 at the Rise of Phoenix before. So realistically, out of bodybuilding personally, I want to be the 80 or 90-year-old who can kick ass. I want to be strong. I want to be mobile and still be able to, lift the couch and vacuum underneath when I need to.
That's good.
So
That's good.
I just,
Well, that's good. And,
motivated.
your grandbabies and your great grandbabies saying, "Hey, that's your grandma up there. Can your grandma be my grandma? Say, can your great grandma be my great grandma? No, no, no. Just you win, kid. You win. You win. But that's good. That's good that you want to motivate yourself, motivate others, teaching these young kids, and really, be disciplined and just much respect to you for that. I mean, anybody gets a sport, I gotta give respect because this is a sport where there's not a lot of recognition, not a lot of money. If you're lucky enough, if you get into the Olympia level competitors and you make some good chunk of change, this sport, I often say this sport is mentally, physically, and financially, emotionally, spiritually draining. But when you understand the aspects of discipline, determination, consistency, and just the fundamentals of the sport, pretty good. Just realize, don't take it to extreme, and it's not worth risking your health and life or anything about it. It's not a job. It's more of a very expensive hobby.
Yeah.
But if you can make something out of it for yourself, that's a good thing. We have here from man Stefan Praise. Stefan coming through. He says, "Good luck this season. Thank you. We appreciate it, brother. Thank you." So before I let you go, you have anybody who want to shout out?
Shout out to my two grandkids, Matthias Cigar and Masai Cigar. Love them forever. That's about it.
What about Abdul?
Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon, George.
Well, like I said, man, you are a welcome guest anytime you want to come back. Maybe after your show, before your show. Like I said, I'm here. I got no place to go. So, but I enjoy this opportunity to talk to a legend like yourself.
Thank you.
Rubbing shoulders with some of the big dogs in sport and really represent yourself as a woman, as an athlete, as a wife, mother, grandmother. It's just something, like I said, I enjoy doing this opportunity, especially like I said, get a legend in the sport who's competed as long as you have, done what you have, and still passionate about it. Where others have passion can go out the window, but if you're still passionate and you still have, a love for the sport, you can go a long way, whichever way you will go with it.
Thank you. You take care, and thanks for everybody joining in, and we will talk soon.
All right, thank you, ma'am, and have the best of luck. Oh wait, folks, I appreciate your time for coming through. We like the lovely Mrs. Amanda Aivaliotis, for coming through. I say what kind of name I like it, but we appreciate our man KL the Wanderer, Tony, Curtis Curtis L. Jr., my man Stefan Prey, and anybody who likes, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Can't forget yourself, who support women in bodybuilding, and just reach out in genuine interest. Support her, and let's hope she does well. Maybe she gets to qualify for Olympia, because if you do win the Olympia Masters, you get to go to the Olympia. So wish you best of luck, man. And
Thank you.
And thank you. No, you don't have to thank me. As I said again, I enjoy doing this. This to me is a pleasure, and you never have to thank me. This is just is an honor to have you on my channel and to share your story.
Take care, George.
We'll
talk to you soon.
All right, man. Have a good day. Eric Mallory, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Like, don't subscribe. Good afternoon, good night, good luck, and see you next time.